Yo, what's up, guys? Today, just recap, just minorly. I'm up like $200, something modest. But what I really wanted to talk about is some. Oh, sorry. Just got up from meditation. Big focus today is psychology and trading psychology. I was reading, I am reading, in the process of reading this book called Trade Mindfully by Gary Dolan. And it's funny because when I'm making money, I don't really, like, and what I mean, like, making money, like, I'm like nicely profitable over a long period of time. It's almost like I'm not really open to any of these messages that are in books like this because stuff's working. And I don't think you don't really need good trading psychology when stuff is working. And also, you don't need good trading psychology for a solution just for a bad trading, what's it called? Strategy. You don't need, like, good psychology isn't going to fix bad strategy. Uh, But if you have a strategy that does work and you do know what you should be doing, but you find you're doing something different, or if you find that there is excess emotion in your life, then that's when I found that some of these things do tend to help. Um, and this is just going to be like a little bit of talk about the over the long term problem that I found with trading. And I think I might have talked about this a little bit before. Um, but within regards to trading, you're basically, I basically made a choice. I was like, I'm going to trade. I'm going to go all in. And I'm not going to work at a job because I find that I get spread a little bit thin and I don't sleep as much as I should, slash don't work out as much as I could, and my like timing for food is off and all this other stuff. And my bet over the last 5 years has been I'm gonna go all in on trading. All this other stuff, my entire life is just gonna be structured to trade really, really as good as I can. And that's had okay effects. There are a couple of the drawbacks from that is that I have been completely reliant on trading income to eat, basically, um, and so and to travel and to do whatever, and like I found that sometimes that over reliance on the income from the trading and the really small cushion, like relatively, like it's like there's a pattern day trading rule states that you need to have over $25,000 in your account, and anytime at any moment, all range from like, I don't know, maybe 32 to maybe 47K, I think, has been my highs recently. And it's not the only money I have. Like I'll be taking it out and like putting it in, like I withdraw regularly, right? But sometimes, the market changes and it's a little bit slower. For example, tax season comes around and then I'm paying out a bigger lump sum. Um, and so all these kind of like factors come into play. Um, and then on top of it, on top of it, maybe maybe my financial progress isn't as much as I would like. Um, and that can be frustrating. And granted, I could kind of like see through that on my good days when I'm feeling like sharp and adaptable, and I can just stay focused on the process of like honing in my skills, and where in like working on the places where I am noticing progress, and then sizing into that. Um, and then adapting well to the market and being defensive, which sometimes means not making money because you're not taking that risk, because it's just not a good setup or whatever. And that led me to today where I was being very defensive, and um, just because there wasn't a lot of opportunity that I noticed that was playable. And so I'll get into situations where no, I'll easily make like $100 or something. It was like I was literally up $100, and then in a couple of silly off-time maneuvers, down $100 on one stock, which puts me flat on the day, on SLXN. Uh, the specific notes on SLXN is I was taking mid-range trades, which statistically are not great for me, and it was initially aimed at a what's it called, a 1 minute pattern, but the 1 minute pattern wasn't exactly a 1 minute pattern. It was part of an overall broader, bigger consolidation range, which just it's just not helpful. Not a great place to take. You're much better taking the reversal on that, or waiting for the bottom of range, or micro range. But that put me in such a frustrated mode. And then after, Monday, Monday being flat, yesterday being up $700 and then flat, after making some mistakes later in the day. Well, taking a loss and then making mistakes on top of the loss, because I think the original loss was acceptable, but it was just a very volatile day. And looking back on it, I am pretty grateful, or not grateful, but I would say it was good that I was able to be flat. And then today, when the market looks dry, and I take the small profit that I did make when it was kind of okay the first part of the morning, and then I take it and I give it away doing something silly, even though that profit's small and that's a meaningless number, um, like a super meaningless number in like normal to good times. um, I just found myself very frustrated. On top of that, dehydrating. I always find that my anger peaks up when I'm dehydrated. So there's also a very physical component here, along with all these other psychological things. Then I look at it, um, and I always get in this very, when things like this happen, I tend to go macro and look at the very long term, and like I'm just like, it almost feels like trading has become a bit of a trap for me, because I'm making just enough money to live, right? And I have leveraged every other benefit that I've had to make this work. Um, Literally, you know, I every benefit. Like, I am so frugal. Like, dude, I buy clothes off. Not that this is like a crazy thing, but like it's like I'll buy clothes off Amazon, and rarely at that. Um, I don't know. I don't spend money. Like I don't go out to eat. Like I've kind of girls that I'll see or date, like I'll be like, yo, we're going to work out. We're not going, we're not going to go out to dinner because that's wasting money. Um, Funny enough, it works fine. You can date girls without money, but at at a certain point, like it's like, when do you expect to get to the promised land? And well, not there yet. And uh, it, it's definitely difficult to experience, especially when you get in like these phases of the market where it's like long and drawn out, and like sometimes you lose a little, or you're just like flat on the day, and it's just that much more frustrating if it's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then it's like you're not even having fun. Like, okay, put the money aside. Like, I don't feel like I'm having fun. I don't feel like I'm progressing. Although, asterisks to that, I am progressing. As and there has been progress. Um, and then all the stuff that I've done also to keep my trading at the most kind of opportune way possible has restricted my life a lot. Yes, of course, financially, but also time wise, and it's pushed everything into a very Monday through Monday, basically. So like all days of the week, I have a very set structure, and while from day to day it sort of varies, and maybe I'll do I'm going to run club tonight, and then tomorrow I'm doing a hit workout, and then Friday and Saturday is my rest day, and like, so it's like not quite, and then I'll go out with my buddies, and whatever. Not drinking, by the way, and so I don't spend any money. There's another example. Um, and so like it all kind of fits together in a nice kind of like way that it's really served me to be super efficient with my money. And then um, but it's like I feel like I'm like going through a lot of the motions, and I just see the same things over and over again, and then I see time passing. Oh, like it just like seems like literally years have gone by, and it's one of the most unsettling things, and I don't even know how to describe it. And I'll go through phases where this bothers me, and then it doesn't bother me. Um, like I'll go through phases where like I'm making like $700 to $1,000 a day, and I'm like, that doesn't bother me. I'm enjoying life, yada yada. But it's always the times when it's a little bit drier, like it is right now, that I'll really, really not like seeing the same four walls around me. I'll really be annoyed about, like, for example, the Palisades burned down and I haven't been able to go hike. And my motorcycle isn't in the best shape, so I don't want to like take it to drive really far to go hike. Plus, it's gonna mess up my schedule if I do drive really far. So just like shit like that, and it's like, like time just keeps going, and it definitely, while it doesn't quite affect my direct play in the stock, because I'm pretty good about like staying zoned in, it's affecting me. Like, not gonna lie, like I can back it off, and like I'll feel really good after I work out, and like I'll make a lot of space, and I'll do some study and make like little steps and progress here and there. But I think it's one of those things that I don't think I've quite figured out yet. I think I imagine by this time I would be you know, probably out of LA, move, maybe traveling, maybe, with a family or something. And um, I I probably quit my job a little bit too soon, and then I maybe because I am trading on a bit more of a compressed margin till I get to like pattern day trading rule. I'm trading probably a little bit too cautious, maybe, but also maybe that helps. I'm not quite sure, but I have traded working at a restaurant before, and I made no money. Um, could have been for a couple different reasons, but like I think the sleep really did have like the sleep and the attention had a lot to do with it, and then the lack of pressure to make money. So this is all very undecided for me, and so this is part of the rawness of my trading experience, I guess. And when I say raw day trading, it's difficult, and I think the other part is like it's not like I guess in a sense it is a skill build. Um, like it is a skill build, but I don't know how relevant the skill will stay. And so I guess it's just a lot of uncertainty. I don't. Uh, hey, so be careful if you do end up wanting to day trade, because the good times are really good, and then even if it's not quite bad times, and even if you're going flat, uh, it could be very challenging. Having said that, I have not got a job. I have not had an actual job in like 4 years. I've been trading for about 5 years. So maybe it's time for me to get a job. And I'm open to that. Um, but yeah, I don't know. The psychological part of it can be very difficult. And to kind of wrap it all together, probably the main skill needed in situations like this is to still execute accurately while keeping this other stuff out of your in the moment trading. And where I'm very bad at the moment is taking steps outside to probably make more money and make a bigger cushion so I can risk more, because I've proven that I can be profitable. And my only the only thing stopping me, one, is having a job in front of me. It would require me to go look for a job and go apply and spend time doing that, which would take me off my workout, take me off my other stuff that I'm doing, mess with my sleep schedule, because it would be like a later in the day / nighttime like restaurant job. So I can accommodate this. And or just become much better at trading to where I can trade myself in the right direction. Well, I'm trading myself in the right direction, just bigger, badder, and faster. Anyways, kind of an emotional video. Um, Sorry about that. The market, small cap world, is a little bit drier. There was some tricky stocks, AREB and then SLXN in the morning. And then the clear action that I saw was on a penny stock, RLMD, late in the day, and that's where I made a couple $100. So yeah, I don't. I'm I'm still not sure, and I'm okay with not being sure with what to do at the moment, but I probably should figure it out. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hope this has been informative. Catch you guys tomorrow. Yeah, goodbye. Oh, day trading is risky. My results are not typical. A lot of people lose money, time, and all that fun stuff. So, I don't know. Maybe go be an electrician. All right. Peace out, guys.